So you work day and night, you learn how to find the one day.
Yeah, this is sort of from like a part chart of two songs that I wrote years ago that were waltzes, and they're sort of autobiographical songs. Mama said to me, son, you know, you could become whatever you want to be, so by my old grizzled brow, it hurts me somehow for her to see what became of me. I went to see my parents. There was a time when I didn't see my parents for about 2 years, and when I finally went to see them, I'd been trucking really hard, and my mom said, you just look like a wiped out old man. And there was a certain amount of shame, you know, it's like, there was a lot of shame there, and you know, because I couldn't help that, you know. And these are two repurposed waltzes that became kind of a blues 1-4-5er, and the other one was, you know, the road knows her own hear her call. Some they would follow, some they would fall. There's this sort of I don't know, but there was a time in my life I just really like, I'm not going to be like all those pencil pushers. I'm going to be a working man, you know. And then, I don't know, you know, there's nothing wrong with people who work behind a desk work hard too. I came to realize that it's either mental strain or physical strain. So, but there was a time in my life when I just thought I'm never going to be one of those sellouts who wears a tie, you know, and all that. But I don't quite have as much of that angry young man thing. I wrote both of those songs. I wrote that part of that when I was an angry young man, and part of it when I was sort of a prematurely old man.
The song itself is the theme for a podcast that I'm also working on. But let's give everybody a little advanced tease of what this thing is.
Well, this podcast is sort of like the musings of an over-the-road truck driver with an overactive mind, combined with stories of other truckers, and some of these stories are really raw. And what we wanted to do was chronicle and hear stories that you just don't usually hear in sort of like the mainstream of reporting, and we were trying to capture something that people don't hear, and so that was part of that. And part of it was to have a dialogue with people outside of the industry, because I think in a lot of cases we get caught up in our own shorthand. So we're trying to give people a look at trucking that may not have seen it, at least in the way we're trying to present it. I mean, like I say, we sort of get caught up in our own shorthand, and we forget that there's other people who aren't in this little subculture, who are interested in it. You know, this thing is still a work in progress, and well, it's slated for this autumn, and it's just a whole other way to leave your comfort level, to talk with somebody you don't normally talk to about what you do for a living. And, you know, Pete Seeger once said we have to learn to speak with people we don't always agree with. And so I think there's going to be a little bit of that in there, although I don't see this as becoming a point-counterpoint, you know, screaming match. But there's certain things that... It's interesting when you have your assumptions challenged by somebody who's not looking for a fight, but someone who's just really bright and asking you questions, you know.
Who wants to know?
Yeah, who wants to know? And so you got to dig in deep and find some answers.
Let me strike that thing and we'll.
That feels good.
I'm an over-the-road truck driver with an
Overdrive.
over-caffeinated, overactive mind.